Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and we're a couple days removed from a very large balance patch in Hearthstone that saw a ton of cards getting hit, bans and nerfs, and Wild I feel like has changed the most by far, but we're gonna go over the best decks to climb with, whether it be standard or wild, and this should be the last deck recommendation video we make until the Great Dark Beyond launches on November 5th, which, by the way, we still have our giveaway going on for 2 regular pre-orders, 2 mega bundles out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed on Wednesday, I will add another mega bundle, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. And just a quick thing to say before we go into the decks, I don't recommend, if you can, crafting anything right now. New sets coming out in a couple of weeks, meta will completely change, who knows what'll still be good. So if you can hold out, I'd recommend waiting, you know, make what you can out of these, you know, decks with the cards you have, but if not, you can't, I guess go for it. And yeah, you'll be very shocked to know that like Mage is still really good. It does look like Shaman might be trending the best across all ranks. This Rainbow Shaman list going around that we've seen for quite some time, where you have a lot of good early game aggression with all your tokens, and then you go into your more late game stage of Razzle Dazzler at 7. Shocker, still good, right? Like, it was good at 7 to begin with. You got Zilliax here with your Pylon module, your ticking module, and you got like Horn of the Windlord, which you can like skirting death and kill your opponent, but overall very like board-based deck, kind of with crazy scams, particularly like Wave of Nostalgia, like double pop-up book, or just some chargers from your patches. You could just get a bunch of random legendaries from the past, right? And of course you got Cookie in there, the amazing tourist card, and yeah, this deck's been trending really well for quite some time, and yeah, I gotta recommend it. It's always really near the top. Even before the nerfs, it was right near the top. But yeah, Orb Mage still like insanely good. Yeah, they nerfed you know, Tsunami to 8, where, you know, it should have started, or should never have been buffed, but in some ways it's a buff to the card, right? Like I remember we had that debate when it got nerfed from 8 to 10. Isn't this a nerf? Isn't this a nerf? Well, it doesn't really conflict with your orb anymore, and like it's a bit cheaper to get out now, especially with like watercolor artists, right? You're discounting it and you can get it out a bit quicker. Yeah, you get one less Tsunami, but the deck feels more refined and tighter this way. And yeah, the orb versions, whether this one's not the Prince Renathal list, this one seems like Prince Renathal seems to be doing worse overall, at least early numbers that I'm seeing at Legend, but they're really close. So if you want to play a non-Renathal version, this is the way to go. Of course, you know, repeating stuff with Conman, cheating mana with Seashill, you've got with the weapon in here as well, in Metal Detector, and yeah, it's got a lot of late game, but you could cheat it out like you're playing Druid or something with all your coins. And really scammy deck, you guys all know how it is, and it does run Zilliax with your twin module, perfect module, and yeah, probably gonna be the best deck until the next set comes out alongside XL version, like a Renathal version, very similar. You just got a lot more cards in there to get that extra 40 health. You can run a bit more green with like DJ Mana Storm, you got Yogg in here, and yes, Marin the Manager, although not as auto-include in a bunch of decks, still a really, I hold on there, still a really good card, even though the wand itself only discounts what, 9 mana on the treasure. It's still good. Like, it's crazy that it was so broken that you could take a ton of mana cheat off the card and it's still good. So yes, Marin still, you'll see plenty of Marin as we go along, and XL, Big Spell Mage, arguably better. This is the list No Hands Gamer took to like rank 1 right after the patch went live, and yeah, XL lists are doing really well. Shocking. I'm sure you're all happy to hear that, but one deck I saw that's really rising with a pretty good sample size is like Egg Hunter. Egg Hunter, again, another mass mana cheat deck, but you know, get your eggs and then cheat out your Hollow Hounds, your Mooklas, your Sasquatchs, your King Plush. You can bring them back with Stranglethorn Heart. You have your early game package with some early minions just to try and get you there. The secret package can help. Zeph can help you out. And then you can like OTK, right? You have the Bestial Madness to buff the stats on your board. You have Absorbent Parasite, which you can attack or attach to one of your beasts, and always a bigger Jormonger to push like insane damage, in particular with Hollow Hand with the cleave effect, which again, super fun and interactive, right? But yeah, this deck is trending really well if you want to get some hunter, have some breakfast, you know, eat some eggs, play some eggs. We got eggs coming up this next expansion. You might want to give this one a go. It is doing pretty darn well. Two main paladin decks to recommend, all kind of abuse the same thing. We have Pipsy Paladin, which we have mentioned multiple times before, where, you know, you just get your coins with your metal detector or your O manager and, you know, cheat out like something big. Like, yes, we're still running Marin in this deck because it is basically every deck that ran Marin like these still worth it. But yeah, cheat out your Amethyst, cheat out Sankazel, or your Ziliax or your Pipsy to cheat out a billion stats and then replay the stuff with Con Man. You notice the pattern. I really do feel like Con Man needs to get reverted and go back, but that's a discussion for another day. And yes, this deck still doing really well, and you like have a late game OTK plan with Sunsapper Linessa with like Horn of the Windlord, go crazy with like Divine Brews and your Holy Glow Sticks. You can literally kill people from full health too. This deck kind of does a little bit of everything, and yeah, still running Marin, still running Yogg, and still doing really well. Another flavor of Paladin, we call it like the Gaia Paladin. I think Glory got like really high legend with it. If you want to play some Earthens, play some Earthen Paladin. You got the new Carnivorous Cubicle in here, so you can like, you know, kill off your Earthen cards and keep spotting those stats larger and larger. And of course, you know, you're running the rogue cards to get your coins and all of that, to, you know, cheat out your big stuff and your Amethysts and your Marins again and all that stuff. Ziliax with your Virus module, Perfect module. It's the same type of deal. Pipsy, again, it's a very similar deck instead of more on that OTK plan and stuff with Sunsapper Linessa, which you could still do. It's just got the Earthen core in there. Very similar, but thought I'd throw that out there for a little bit of a different flavor to your scam Paladin that drives me up the wall. I'm not playing a lot of ladder, I'm not gonna lie. This standard meta, not loving it. We're achievement hunting in wild right now with all those like really hard achievements. It's been really fun, but you know, it's not quite the same as just try harding ladder. Deathlight, the only Deathlight deck I'm really gonna go out of my way to recommend. Double Frost, no Renathal. You can play like Double Blood, the Triple Blood decks we've recommended before. The lists are no different. It's just they're not good enough compared to the busted decks right now. They just don't really have that late game validity. It's not quite enough, but we saw with the cards they're getting, Deathlight's going to be getting pretty good. But yeah, the main one I'm going to recommend is the Double Frost deck with the Marrow Manipulator, the Horn of the Windlord. Utilize a lot of damage with that Horizon's Edge, a lot of tokens. It's got Leroy in there for burn. You're just trying to kill people with this deck. Razzle Dazzler, still a good card at 7, makes the cut, and you got Reska, which is a pretty busted card. But yeah, overall, I just can't really go out of my way to recommending the slower Deathlight decks right now. I still like playing them. If you still want to play them, this video is more about the best decks to climb with, and I just can't really recommend it to climb with. More so, you know, try and have fun if you can in this current Hearthstone state. The next deck we'll recommend, or the last 3, we'll just go with Reno decks. The best Reno deck so far, or it looks like. Druid's doing pretty well, although Hunter's always up there. The sample sizes aren't super high, not throwing that out there, but Druid's just always good if you get that really good ramp opener and get all your, you know, your big stuff out. You can do disgusting things. We're still running Marin, we're still running Yogg. Ziliax has the twin module, perfect module, etc. We've got New Heights, Crystal Cluster, Sleep on Stars. It's all duplicates, just all the good stuff you want to get again, right? And yeah, you just want to ramp up, draw, get Avion out there for crazy legendaries. Mista Vista could be insane when you repeat a bunch of these spells. You kind of know the deal at this point. And yeah, Reno Druid, not the best deck out there, but if you're looking for the Reno deck of choice, it might be one for you. Reno Warrior, not amazing. It's like just around 50%, if not lower. The best trending deck I saw, I don't know if it's that great. I mean, it's got Overplanner in it. How good could that be? Although they're preemptively nerfing, changing this card for the next set. Haven't talked about that yet. Maybe we have time for a news video. We'll do that. But basically, this card won't be discovering anymore because Hunter would kind of break that. But regardless, we're going like Excavate in here. We're going back to Excavate, which is kind of interesting. Our ETC is Dirty Rat, Zola, Incendious, because once you get your brand going, you can go like crazy on the Incendiouses, which is quite nice. Ziliax, of course, twin module, perfect module, still running Yogg, still running Marin, and of course you want to get your brand going for this double battle cries on your boom boss, all the, you know, the excavate cards, and we're running Renathal and all that stuff. Again, it's kind of what we, you know, we're used to. We're kind of sick of at this point. But yes, it's not the best deck in the world, but people really love to play it, so we're going to recommend it. The best trending Reno deck, though, will be the last deck I recommend, Reno Shaman. Reno Shaman, every time I look at the numbers, even before the patch, it was doing really well. Every time I've played it, I can't win with it. I think Theo's had the same issue, but if you want to give it a go, still, it seems to do well. We're still running, of course, Marin, which got nerfed, Yogg, Ziliax has the twin module, perfect module. You got Shutter Block in there, and like one of the main win cons, Shutter Block that Incendious, and it is so much damage added to your deck. It is absolutely ridiculous. And we got Turbulence in here, the Hunter Tourist, to give us access to those battle cry synergistic cards. Of course, Prince Renathal, and overall, you know, your usual kind of greed pile Reno deck that I like, but I know a lot of people absolutely loathe as well. But yeah, this is probably the best Reno deck of out of all of them. So if you're looking for the best one, this seems to be trending the best way. As for Wild, major changes, right? Radiant Elemental, not less than 1, Crimson Clergy unbanned, the Pirates got nerfed. It's a lot less aggro-y, although I think it's a bit of early bait. So first we'll go with Fatigue Warlock. This deck was already one of the best decks before the patch went live. It's the questline thing, right? Final Showdown. You either win by just getting an insane opener, cheating out your brutes by just drawing a bunch of cards, getting overload cards, or you can win the late game with a Rana, where you've drawn your whole deck and then you just rip through the rest of your deck with Glaivetar and like self-fatigue and murder yourself, basically. But instead of murdering yourself, you murder your opponent with fatigue, similar to a Demon Seed style of effect. And I think Corbett went like 15-1 to top 10 legend. He's a good player, but the deck is also trending really darn well at like every rank bracket. Pirate Demon Hunter, still a good deck, still very aggressive, can still scam. It doesn't auto win as much with Treasure Distributor, but is certainly still worth playing. And this deck can still punish the slower, greedier decks of the world. It just doesn't punish it quite as hard, but still, you still have crazy cards in here. All the Charger, Ships, Cannon, mana burn, so your opponent literally can't play the game. It is still doing really well, and I expect the numbers to move up as people, you know, give it more of a shot again, because it really only was their, you know, the one card, which was good before it even got buffed. This was seeing play in Pirate decks in Wild before then. Big Shaman seems to be popping back up again. You can tell I literally never play this archetype. Not Golden Eureka, not Golden Muckmorpher. But yeah, you have a lot of ways to like tutor this card, whether it's Fairy Tale Forest or, well, I guess Fairy Tale Forest. And then you can like gavel, get it out really cheap, and then cheat out one of your giant minions and reincarnate it or Ancestral Spirit and just scam. It's a complete and utter scam deck. Doesn't have a ton of late game validity to it, but it is a pretty good deck that, yeah, you can win or lose really darn quickly with. XL Spell Damage Druid has emerged as one of the best decks out there. I don't know, it's just something about that mass. You could get Mass Banshee, whether it's Lifebinder's Gift, but getting that extra health, you just cycle through your deck. Got like Mista Vista to recast spells, you got Guff, and you got cards like Street Trickster in there, amplifying your spell damage on your chalices. This deck just pushes so much damage, and it's hard to kill them because he can gain so much freaking armor, and he got your AoEs in there, and we've got in our ETC some Secret Protection, some Plate Breaker to Rat. That is a band for an ETC. But yeah, XL Spell Damage Druid, you're looking for something a little bit different and wild. It really does seem to be doing the trick for a lot of people. And then guess what? The Demon Seed, it's really good, whether it's XL, which is the one I will highlight, the Renathal version, or just regular Demon Seed, trending very well across like every rank bracket. With less aggro out there, it does even better against certain slower decks, and it's just such a nuisance. But yeah, Dark Lair, cheat a lot of mana, complete your quest, and kill your opponent with your fatigue effects and self-damaging cards. So there you go, deck recommendations, hopefully to carry you guys over until the launch of the Great Dark Beyond coming in a couple of weeks. You always feel free to share your own deck recommendations, all that stuff in the comments down below. Of course, we'll have more card reviews and all that stuff later today, I believe, tomorrow, and up until Wednesday. So we'll see you then. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.